Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and Simon's asked me to have a look at this puzzle. Now, that is not much to ask when the pedaling pianist is involved, although it is quite a long rule set, so I will try and make it as clear as I can what my understanding of these rules is as I read them for the first time with you. But this puzzle is called Zodiac Project Torus, so without even knowing about the Zodiac Project, you could deduce that there is a Zodiac Project involving a puzzle for each sign of the Zodiac, and this is the Taurus one by the Pedaling Pianist and Friends. Now, Taurus is the bull in the Zodiac, so that is why we find a number of bulls in the grid, I dare say. I will go through the rules in a moment. I'm looking forward to seeing what their interpretation of this is, and we will do that momentarily. But first of all, don't forget you can get our merchandise on the links under the video, including a knowledge bomb water bottle with Cracking the Cryptic on it and many other things. We've also got SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD. We've got all of our apps on the links under the video. Do check them out. There are some wonderful puzzles in all of the apps. The most recent couple are Line Sudoku and, well, no, the most recent three, Line Sudoku, what am I trying to say? Approachable Sudoku number one, and Fog of War Sudoku. So do check those out. I think Simon's been doing a fog puzzle today or yesterday, not sure. Anyway, check those out. But there's also coming up on the 1st of the month on our Patreon site, a new hunt by Panthera and Friends, including The Asylum, and it's going to be really good. Check it out when it turns up. There's some great artwork too, just like in Blobs' Hunt, which was this month's reward. So next month's will be that one, and there's loads of other good content on Patreon, including crosswords and connections videos. But the first link under the video is to this puzzle by the Pedaling Pianist and Friends, so clearly a collaboration, Zodiac Project Torus, and the rules are normal Sudoku rules apply, so that's 1 to 9 in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box of the 9 by 9 grid. We can click on these cells. Now, digits, yeah, that's the normal rules. Right, we have to draw torus, it says. Now, does everybody pronounce torus, T-A-U-R-U-S, and torus, T-O-R-U-S the same as they are in my accent? That particular vowel, or, that I say there, is actually one of the more contentious between North American English and British English. So maybe you don't pronounce Taurus and Taurus the same way, but I do. Anyway, the Torus rules are that we must draw 9 straight diagonal lines, each through the centers of at least 3 cells. Every line contains exactly 1 bull and 1 red flag. Different lines do not cross or share cells. The grid is a torus. That means that row 1 wraps around to row 9 and column 1 wraps around to column 9 as shown. Well, that might need a bit more explanation. I'm familiar with this torus idea from some difficult crosswords in the past, but basically the grid continues in a never-ending fashion, both horizontally and vertically, and it repeats. So you go bull space flag space bull space 6 space bull, bull space flag space bull space 6 space bull forever. And therefore this bull is that bull. This flag is that flag. This bull is that bull. This 8 is that 8. And the same applies vertically as well. We've got a 6 there, so that is continuing there. So that's what it's showing. And that means that these diagonal lines could run like that, I suppose, through the grid. Now, there are more rules. No 2 bulls contain the same digit, so they must all contain different digits. The digit on a bull is the average, the exact mean of all the digits on its line. And on the flags, no 2 red flags contain the same digit, and the digit on a red flag is friendly, i.e. it equals its own row, column, or box number. So this is box 1. This, for instance, is row 3, column 3, box 1. So if that was well, this is a friendly cell. So it must be either a 3 for the column, a 1 for the row, or a 1 for the box. That's box 1, that's box 2, that's box 3, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, those are the rules. They're unusual rules, but let's see what happens as we try the puzzle. So let's, here we go, let's get cracking. I imagine there are holistic things about the grid that we can work out. Now, if I was smart, I would probably be able to work out what the 9 straight... You know, I can see that the 9 straight diagonal lines could easily be in the same direction, and they could all traverse the whole grid. Like, okay, let me switch on the pen tool and show you what I mean. Like, we could have one line through those cells that then continues up there. And then in the next diagonal, we could have a line that goes through, not like that, like that. Oh, I can't do it, but you know what I mean. That goes through all these cells there. So they would not cross or share cells. But they would be longer than the necessary minimum length, which is only 3 cells. So it's not impossible for these 9 lines to not be in the same orientation. It just seems a bit unlikely, frankly. So the digit on a red flag. Okay, first of all, the bulls. I'm going to count them. Good farming advice, always count your number of bulls. That is 9, so that is a set of the digits 1 to 9. Have we also got 9 flags? Yes, we have. I didn't think we did when I was just looking at the grid, but we do. So that is a set of the digits 1 to 9. Now, this is row 1. The digit on a red flag is friendly, so that's either a 1 or a 3, as I explained. This is row 2, column 7, box 3. Row 2, column 9, box 3. I mean, you know, if you feel ashamed to put in the candidates, then don't talk to me about it, because I don't. This is row 5, column 6, box 5. No, it's row 6, column 5, box 5. So look, I found a 4, 5, 6 triple just by virtue of doing the mechanical housekeeping fairly carefully. Row 8, column 2, box 7. Row 8, column 7, box 9. Row 8, column 8, box 9. That's not quite a 7, 8, 9 triple. Okay, so those are the candidate possibilities for the flags. Now, that has to be a set of 1 to 9, and we've got 4, 5, 6 there. This is the only place the 1 can go. The 3 must be in one of those cells. Can't do more than that necessarily. I'm going to have to think about the lines, annoyingly now. I've done enough thinking about other things. So the lines each contain exactly 1 bull and 1 red flag. Oh, well, it's quite interesting. I mean, my original thought that the lines might well be 9 diagonals in the same direction is exploded by this group of bulls. Because if the lines all went in this direction, the one that picked up those 2 bulls would have to contain 2. And if they went in this direction, that one would have to contain 2. Now, oh no, hang on. I don't know. Okay, I've had a different thought. You could have lines in the same direction in the same diagonal. You could have 2 or even 3 3-cell lines in the same diagonal. Okay, I hadn't had that thought before. That's annoying. But now I'm wondering about this bull here up in row 1, column 1. Look at these bulls outside it. They are saying that its line, yeah, we know exactly where its line goes because its line is not allowed to have another bull on it. Every line contains exactly 1 bull. Every bull is on a line because there are 9 lines and they all contain one bull. So the line that goes through this bull has to go that way through that flag and then continue. I mean, this is just facts. So it goes that way, then it continues, that's gone into this flag and it must continue to at least there. So this is either the start or the completion of one of the lines. That line could then continue to here and here, but it can't go to there because it would hit a second flag. So that was a good way to find out where the lines were diagonal. I was suddenly panicking they could be orthogonal. They can't. They must be diagonal. Now this one's diagonal line, oh, I was about to go, it must go this way. It would have to go a long way to hit a flag, whereas if it goes this way, it'll hit a flag immediately. I need to find another bull. Okay, this one is hedged in a bit. It can't go to there or there. So it's got to go either through this flag, no more than that far, or... Yeah, okay, it can't go up to that cell because that's a bull. Right. So this must go at least one cell that way. I should draw it in. I mean, the trouble is that makes it look like I've covered, I don't know, maybe it looks like I've covered 2 cells where I haven't. There we go, that's just to complete the green line. So that green line is at least is complete, or we've still got this averagey thing to do, haven't we? Okay, what I've now understood is from every bull or flag, I have to draw a line that hits another of the other category. So from this bull, I have to hit a flag going diagonally. Now, if I go diagonally this way, it's got to be that flag. If I go diagonally this way, I hit another bull first, and the same this way, so that's no good. So the line from this bull, the flag that it must hit is there. Oh, that's more line than I was planning to draw. Let's be precise. There we go. So again, that line, yes, it is on the same diagonal as that green line. But that must be right. Now, we're beginning to bound the lines a bit. So this one, where does the line through this flag go? It doesn't go up to there or down to there because it'll hit a flag before a bull. So it goes up this way and hits that bull. And it can't go any further. This line is fully bounded. The red is done. Maybe I need to put in the circles then to mark the ends of the red line. That's quite a good idea. That's one end of an orange line, but it might not be the other. This was one end of the green line. And how about the pink? No, I don't know whether we've got a line end there. Okay, so we're moving along now. This laddie, this bull here, clearly its line now has to go this way. Yeah, it can't be a continuation of any of these lines going diagonally. So we've done it. We've found another line. I'm going to put it there. It's got to reach a flag and nothing else. So it goes to there precisely. And I draw the line. Oh, nearly got it right. Lost control of my mouse. There we go. That is the yellow line. Now, keep going with these bulls. Got this one. It can't go that way or it's going to cross another line. Yeah, it could go this way. When's it going to hit a flag? There. Now it could, however, go up. And then it's coming out there, but then it will crash into that bull. Or if it went up this way, that's better. It hits that flag. Okay, so this has options. This one could go up. And then it'll hit that flag again, same flag as a moment ago. Have I got that wrong? No, I think that is right. Or it could go down and catch that flag. Okay, so I don't know. Let's try this one. It could go up and get that one clearly. It can't go up that way. Can it go down this way? Oh, hang on, that's here. No, it can't. It'll hit another bull. So it must... This one is another definite from there to there. And I can draw the line. Okay, so we're eliminating the bulls one at a time. This one now can't go up there. Can it go up here? No, because it won't hit a flag. And it can't go this way because it hits another bull. So I hope this is right. I mean, it feels right. This one must go this way. And that's going to bring it through where? Here, and hit that flag. And that may or may not be the end of the line. Oh, also, I cannot put that circle in, I'm sorry, because I don't know that's the end. It could go to that cell and that one and that one. It's just it can't reach the flag that way. I've been previous with other circles. There's a circle I put in there that is not necessarily right. And this circle. Oh, bother. I was good about that at the beginning, and then I've clearly forgotten my rules. I think all the other circles are bounded, so I'm okay with the others, but I need to unbound blue and silver there. Now, I haven't got many more bulls. I've got these two bulls, and which two flags? These two. There might even be a bishop's move constraint there. There is. Right, what I mean by bishop's move constraint was if you checkerboarded the whole grid, this would be on the same colour as this, either black or white, but it wouldn't be on the same colour as this, because look at the diagonals, they miss. So those two do go together, and therefore we know the direction of the line. We certainly don't know its length. And this is dark grey, going up there, going to there, and it might end at either end, either bull or flag or not at all. And finally, this line has to go to the flag that is here. That flag must be an end, but the bull might not be an end. So there we go. We know the 9 lines, or we know parts of the 9 lines. I didn't quite draw enough of the silver. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we know parts of the 9 lines. Now, we've got these rules about... Oh, I've only just noticed that this can't be a 2 because of the given 2. That's quite important. That means the given 2 on a flag is definitely here. And that's not... Oh, no, it doesn't mean that. Sorry, because that could be the 2 on the flag. Calm down, Mark. But I can take 2 out of that cell. Okay. Now, the bulls are 1 to 9 as well, but I don't have any rules about those digits. Okay, what I now have is that the digits on the bull are the average of its line. Now, where is that going to help? Ah, well, here. This line is very short. And it's got a 7, 8 or 9 on it. Oh, one of the bulls, yeah, the bulls are a set of 1 to 9. One of them is going to have a 1 on, and one of them is going to have a 9 on. And it is very difficult for lines with a 1 on or a 9 on to average 1 or 9. It's very difficult for any line to average 1 or 9 is what I mean. For a line to average 1, every digit on it is a 1, and the same for 9. So this could be a 9, because those 3 cells could all be 9. It then couldn't continue. Right, what other cells could or couldn't all be 9s? This line could. No, it couldn't, because it doesn't continue. You can't have 2 9s in the same box. So green is not the 9. Black could be and probably is. Silver can't be 2 in the same box. This dark grey can't be 2 in the same box. Yellow has 3 in the same box. Red has 2. This could all be the same digit, but that one is 5 or 6. And I don't think I've missed any lines. I've tried them all, and this is the only one that can be the 9. So that is a 999, and we know that that's the end of the line on the bull there. Now, ones, we've obviously got this one that is a strong candidate for 3 ones. Interestingly, the line's not allowed to go beyond that bull because of the crossing another line, so it would be those 3 ones. That's very likely. Are there any other lines that allow 3 ones? So this green, no, 2 in the same box. Silver, no. Blue, no. Red, no. Yellow, no. This orange, again, it could be 3 of the same digit, but they can't be 1. And this one, no. So we're all done. 1 is this line. And I can write in 1s there and bound the line off now. So that was the pink line. Excellent. So we've done the 9 and the 1 on the bulls. This digit is 4, 5, 7 or 8. It can't be 1, 9 or 6 or 2. It can't be 3 because that's somewhere in one of those cells. I mean, even 8 and 2 are going to be quite difficult numbers to put on the line because... Oh no, look, this is 9. This is an 8. That's by Sudoku. Now that's... Oh, but it's not in a bull. Okay, that is an 8. Now this... So on the flags, this can't be an 8. We've got... That's become a 3. That's not a 3. That's the only possibility left there. We've got a 2-7 pair on the silvers. On silver and grey. Anyway, that's fine. Now, how are the bulls doing? I haven't really thought of fully marking those up. And they're in some ways the most important. This one, indeed, sees 1, 9, 8, 2, 3. So 4, 5, 6 or 7. Those are all quite handy averaging numbers. This one, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 7. Never afraid to do a ridiculous amount of pencil marking. This is O. This bull can't be 8 or 1. That's a 7-cell pencil mark. That is a bit embarrassing. This one can't be 1, 9 or 8. Oh, and this one, 2, 8, 9, 3, all gone. Right, so they're marked up, but we're not allowed to have another 1 on a bull, so I can take 1 off that. We've had 1 and 9 already, so that can't be 9, and that can't be 9. Now, the average of this line cannot be 2 once we've got the 8 on it, because the whole line would have to add up to 14. So I'm going to take 2 off there. Now, could the average of this... I'm going to try and find the line with an average of 2 on it. It's not there or there because the bulls don't feature those. If it was here, these 2 would have to add up to 4, and they can't because that's already 5 or 6. If it was here, these 3 would have to add up to 6, if that was the 2. But that would require 4 and 2 1s. That's no good. So I think the only remaining bull that can have the average of 2 is this one. I'm filling it in, 2 there. And that means these others are not 2s. Okay, and this line goes 2, 3, 1 will give it an average of 2. Now I just have to have the little thought about whether we can carry on the line to here. And we could actually. It could go 2, 3, 2, 1, and it would average the right number. It would be 8 divided by 2. So I have to be a little cautious this time. That is 1 or 2. And if it's a 2, that's going to be 1. If it's a 1, it'll be the end of the line, because that can't be 2. I mean, it's interesting. Do have to take a little care. Now, which bull can have an 8 in? That one can't. These ones can't. That one can't. Oh, there's only 2 left. Now, if that had an 8 in, this would have to be a 7. And that could be a 9, but it can't be a 9 by Sudoku. Could it be longer on this line? 8 there, 7 there. I think it could. Now the only alternative is this long yellow line averaging 8, which would require it to add up to 56. Now, that feels very hard, but you could have 7, 8, 9 in this box. They're all left over at the moment. 8 here, 8 here. And we'd already be up to 40. These two would have to be a 7, 9 pair, of which that was the 7 and that was the 9. Now this looks so plausible it's probably right. But I don't know. And we were moving along quite nicely before, so I'm a little scared to try and jump the shark, or rather jump to conclusions and fill that in. Now this line is actually bounded. I could put in the boundary there. What is the average going to be here? So if that was a 3, it must go 3, 1, 5, and that's impossible. If that was a 4, the line adds up to 12. It could go 4, 3, 5, or 4, 2, 6. If it's a 5, we could go 5, 5, 5, or 5, 4, 6. If it's a 6, 6, 6, 6, or 6, 7, 5. And if it's a 7, I think there are possibilities too. So I don't think I can get it down any more than that. But what I might have just done is reduce to 1 the number of potential bulls with 3 on. And I think it's there. I think that's done. That's a 3. So this line adds up to 12, 3 times 4. Oh, these two cells can't be 1s. So they're at least a 2, 3 pair. And that's what they are, because that's the minimum, and that takes us up to the line even with another minimum there. So that's a 4, and this isn't, because it's another cell in the same box. Now on the flags, I've still got a 2 and a 7 to complete. In the bulls, what have we done? 2, 3, we've done the hard ones. 2, 3, 9, 1. Still got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to go. And we've decided 8 is in one of those. It's difficult to get beyond that, actually. Let's do some Sudoku. 4 and 4, one of those is a 4. 9 and 9, one of these is a 9. 1 and 1, one of those is a 1. That is 4, 5, or 7 by Sudoku. So what's going on its line? This is that line. The trouble is it's very unbounded. It could have lots more cells on either end. And that means it's a bit profitless to try and calculate its average. I mean, it does make it a bit unlikely that that's a 2, but only a bit. There's a 3 in one of those cells. That's just Sudoku. There's 9, 4, 1, 3. I don't know. I don't know what else I should be doing at this point. Maybe I'm going to have to work out the 8 line. Ah, this one can't go 8, 9, 7. Yes, I did work that out. So for this to be an 8, that would have, I mean, this couldn't be a 2. Let me just check that. If that was a 2, even if we made the line 6 long and had 8, 9, 7 up here, that would be 24. With the 2, 26, and let's say a 9 and an 8 somehow, although that's not possible, 43, we're not getting up to 48. So if this is the 8, that's definitely a 7. And we've got 8 and 7 on the line. And then we need to get a 9 on the line somewhere to get the average up to 8. Now that 9 is either there, or both. Now if we were to put those, this digit though is also on the line and it's not 9 or 8. So that, and if that was a 7, the maximum this can be is 6. And now we've got a problem because we've put 6, 7, and 8 on the line. To get the average up to 8, we've already dropped 2 by having the 6 and 1 by having the 7. We've got to get 3 more than 8 onto the line. That would require 3 9s, which we can't do. So this is not the 8 line. Finally worked it out. This is the 8 line. And now we can probably put this into action. So if I was to not use 987 in this box, I'd have a 3 because 564 are already gone. So if we had 983 there, absolute maximum 20, 28, 36, we would need 20 in those cells to get the line up to 8 times 7 equals 56. So that's not going to happen. This is a 987 set. I can place the 9 by Sudoku. Now 24, 30, 32, 40. Sorry, poor maths. We need another 16 on those two cells. It can't be an 8 pair, so it must be a 9 and a 7. This one can't be the 9, so that's 7, that's 9. And the 8 line is complete. And that's good, because that's going to stand us in good stead. We've still got bulls of 4, 5, 6, 7 to work out. But I'm a bit less scared of them now than I was, because we must have some Sudoku we can do. There's a 4 in one of those cells, for instance, because of this. That's good. Oh no, I was going to say these can't be the same, but I knew they're not the same by the rule. Because if they were, sorry, if that was a 7, 7 would be in one of these cells, was what I was thinking, and that couldn't be a 7. I mean, it was an absolutely rubbish conclusion. Never mind about that. I've got 1, 2, 3 to fit into box 5. That can't be a 1. That's a 2, 3 pair, so this is a 1 now. And that's not. I've got a 2, 3 pair in the row as well. I need a 1 in one of those cells in column 5. 4, 9. I'm just trying to find some Sudoku to do rather than have to do more of these average calculations, which I find a little bit difficult. 7 can't be in either of those cells. So one of these lines is a 7 average line. Now, that's quite interesting. So I'm tempted to think it's this dark grey. Yeah, if that was a 7, this digit would be a 2. Now we've lost 5 off a 7 line. And we would have to increase. Oh, this is not, sorry, this is not a bull cell. Oh, I may have I made a mistake in assessing what that digit is? No, sorry, I'm just checking. This is by Sudoku. This can't be 2, 1, 9, 6, 3, or 8. Okay, I'm sorry, I was thinking of it as the 4th bull, but the 4th bull is here, along with the ones in column 9. So I just need to be a little careful about how I'm counting or assessing those. Maybe I do need to work on this one, especially now that this digit can't be 4 or 7. So if this was a 4, the line adds up to 12, and that would be 2 or 3 to go with 5 or 6 there. If this adds up to 5, it would have to go 5, 5, 5. If it was a 6, it would have to go 6, 6, 6. If it's a 7, 7, 5, 6 works. There's that line is really resisting efforts to narrow it down. So I needed to find the bull with a 7 on, and that one is still possible, annoyingly. And it could be either of 735 or 756. This one is more difficult. A 7 there, 2 would be too low, surely. You'd have knocked 5 out of the average. You'd have to do that, get that back in with 9s and 8s. I'm not sure. The trouble is, though, that even a 7 there works fine with a 7 here. Then you, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm not getting very far with the 7 bull. Okay, 1, Sudoku. Let's put in a 1 here. That's better. That's sort of stuff I can actually do. 2, 3, 8, 8. One of these two cells is an 8 by Sudoku. 2, 3, 1, 8, 4 or 9. Just trying to find some confined cell. Oh, this. Yeah, now we were saying this either went 2, 3, 1 or 2, 3, 2, 1. Now in either case there's a 1 in one of those cells and that can't be a 1. Never know, that might be helpful. No, but that hasn't helped anything. Okay, I don't really know where I'm meant to be going next for information. The yellow line looked like it was going to be incredibly helpful, but it's only done a certain amount. This blue line, is that any use? It just feels so averagey. It doesn't feel like I can get anything done with that. No, it still feels very averagey to me. How about the 7 there? Oh, 7 there. Yeah, it's looking at that flag. That's quite significant. That's a 2. That's a 7, which I knew it was going to be. That 2 makes this a 1. And that brings this line to an end because it can't carry on to a 2. Okay, that is significant. It was just Sudoku. I was just failing to spot it. Anyway, we get a 2 in one of these 3 cells. What else do we get from that? We get a 2 in one of these 2 cells. 9 is placed in row 2, there. Everything else in row 2 is 5, 6 or 7. There's an 8 in one of those 2 cells just by elimination, and that's quite interesting in box 2, where this becomes a 3-8 pair. That must be 4, 5 or 7, but it can't be 7, so it's 4 or 5. Now, we've got a 2 and a 7 onto these lines. So, what bull is that 2 going through? This one. And that also has scope to continue its line. I don't know, it's not that simple. Maybe I could rule out 6 from this bull, but even doing that would be quite complicated. What about this 7 line then, which... well, it's not necessarily a 7 line. I can probably rule out 4 from the bull now. If that was a 4, 11... we need to make up 3 on the... no, we need to lose 3 on the average of 4, but this can't be 1, 2 or 3. So that the least that can be is a 4. We can't put a 1 there, and we can't put a 1 there. In fact, this couldn't be 1, 2 or 3. That would be a 9. I don't think this can be a 4. We're just not going to get down ever to this number. Even using this cell as a 2 or a 3, we're not going to get it down enough. So that's not a 4. Now, the trouble is it can be a 5, I think. If that was 5, but this one is not allowed to be 9, 8, 7. It is, in fact, restricted to 4, 5 or 6. Oh, that's got quite interesting. So if this was a 5, the most this can be is a 6. Oh no, we're looking for an average of 5. So the least this can be is a 4. Then we get a 7. Then we need to go low again, but we could do that here. Oh look, just by Sudoku I can put a 1 in this box. Maybe it's Sudoku still that would be my best friend. 7, 9, 8, 1. It's a little hard to see past these bulls and flags and my markings. That's my excuse at the moment for not doing ordinary Sudoku. Right, 2 and 3 in row 8 are in these cells. That's not a 7 anymore. Oh, and it's a bull. So that's a 4, 5, 6 trio of bulls. So that is the 7. It was sort of Sudoku or extra region rules. Right, that 7 and that 7 are averaging on their line. This one is going lower, but that would be going higher if we brought that onto the line. Difficult. Anyway, it means this is 4, 5 or 6, but that didn't narrow the field down here much at all from what I remember. Oh, I don't know. I'll tell you what, this is a 4, 5, 6 triple. I know they're all different because we're not allowed to have 2 of the same on the bulls. And they all see that cell. So that's not 4, 5 or 6, or 1, 7 or 9. That's 2, 3 or 8. 2, 3, 7. This is 4, 5 or 6. I don't know why I'm doing this. I really do need to focus on the lines, but it's this orange one is so variable. The blue one seems to have a lot of scope. This baby is not that helpful because it can extend either end. I don't know how to do this. It's getting quite difficult now. It's going to all be Sudoku, isn't it? I think it is. So those are selected from 4, 5, 8. 9, 8. We've got an 8 in one of those. This 7, 8 pair's not resolved. One of these is a 4. I still don't know which. I am just looking for Sudoku now because I'm okay. 1 in this column. Yes, it's done. There we go. That's actually the last one in the grid, so quite an easy digit to find if I'd thought to look for it. This is 4, 5 or 8 because it can't be a 3. And that's on a line. Whereas 3 in this column, I don't know. 9 in the final column is definitely there. That places 9 here. And that stops 9 being in those cells and gives us a 9 here. I think that's doing no more than finish off the 9s in the puzzle. That is 4, 5, 6 or 7. That's no help. But this line now, at least we populated that cell. This one is 3, 5, 6, 7 or 8. Okay, if that was a 6 and that was a 6, these would add up to 12. Couple of ways of doing that. So I think this line, I'm afraid it's still very up for grabs. I just don't know. Ah, where does 8 go in the final column? It can't go there by Sudoku, so it's there. Okay, this is 4, 5 or 6. 7s. There's a 7 in one of these 2 cells. Why have I put a thing in here? That was an accident. There's a 7 in one of these 3. Oh, there's a 7 in one of those 2 because of that in box 1. So that's not a 7. Now there's a 5, 6 pair in this column. And the 7 in the column is in one of those 2 cells. 5, 6, 1, 9. That doesn't really get much else done. Although this digit can't be 2 or 3 because they're in that group. And now it can't be 5 or 6. It is 4 or 8. That's a 4, 5, 6 triple. So these are from 2, 3, 8. That's a 2, 3, 8 triple in the column. So that's 5, 6 or 7. Honestly, you don't know when some Sudoku might emerge that's actually helpful here. That's 4, 5 or 6. I bet this is as well. Oh look, this can't be 8. So that's a 2, 3 pair. So this is 4, 5 or 6. And 4 is definitely in one of those 2, so it's not there. No, I'm going to have to solve one of these. It's not that blue line. This one is so variable, it must be the 7 line. Right. Okay, so at the moment we've got 2 7s on it and we're on par. We lose either 1, 2 or 3 there. So we have to gain that back. We could gain back 2 there. So we're either 1 over or under par at that point. Now we don't want to lose 2 or 3 there, even though we can get another 1 back here. So we're not going to that cell. If we only went to this cell, that could be 8 and that could be 6. That is one possible solution to this line. Then we don't touch this one. But if we go to this cell, we could just have that, and they would be 9 and 5. But if we also went to this cell, we could have 9, 4 and 8. And that really hasn't narrowed down the framework much at all. Okay, that won't work. That 9, 4, 8 version. If we put 4 here and 8 here, that would make this cell a 4 and leave nowhere for 4 in row 8. So that's not happening. So this isn't a 4. It doesn't mean this isn't an 8 because it's potentially off the line, but it does mean that we don't take both of those cells in. So we either take that one in as an 8 and that as a 6, or we take that as a 9 and that as a 5. Now, how do we use that? I don't know. I really don't. But this was a 4, 5, 6 triple. So one of those bulls is a 6. And that bull is not a 6. This is 4 or 5. Well, that's slightly interesting. If that's a 5 and that's a 5, these add up to 10. They would have to be 4 and 6. But, I mean, there's lots of possibilities. If that's a 5 and that's a 6, these add up to just 1 less. I don't know what to do with that. Okay, how about this line? This is now 4, 5 or 6. And it's the bull. So it could go 4, 2, 6 or 4, 3, 5 or 5, 5, 5 or 6, 6, 6. This can't be an 8 anymore. I mean, that's so minor it's painful, but there we go. One, 7, 9. We've got a 2, 3 pair. We've got a 4, 5. I can't. It's so hard to finish this off. I mean, I've done a lot of the work here. Irritating. Right. Let's just calm down and think rationally. What have I forgotten about the puzzle? Is it the 4, 5, 6 triple of bulls or the 5, 6? Yeah, maybe they work in concert, the 5, 6 pair of flags. I mean, that would be strange. For this to be a 5 and this to be a 5, these would add up to 10, and that doesn't work now. They would have to be 4, 6, and that 6 would clash with that 6 now. That's interesting. So 5, 5 doesn't work. Now, what does that mean? Does it mean anything? If that's 5 and that's 6, that's 11. These add up to 9 then. Oh my goodness, they would have to be 4, 5, and now that 5 would clash with a 5 force there. So this can never be a 5. That's bizarre. This is a 4. That gives me an 8 there by Sudoku and a 4 there. This is now a 2, 3 pair. That is an X-wing on 2, 3, requiring 2, 3 to be in those cells. And I'm going to take that for what it's worth. There's a 2, 3 pair here, so that is 5 or 6. And now, this can't start with a 4 on the bull, nor can that one. Now, this is obviously the same digit in each cell, whatever that is. I'm going to colour that yellow. It's either 5 or 6. and it goes in one of those two cells because it can't go in the other bull, and it goes there in column 6. Oh, this is getting weird. It must be in one of those two cells in box 1, and it must be there in box 4, and it's in one of these two. Oh man, and then I run out of gas. I don't know, but this is the other digit from 5 or 6, so we'll make that hideous purple. And that is on this line. Oh, and there's a 2 there. Now, if that was a 6, how are you ever going to get up to par? Because you're going to put a 2 on the line. You'll be 4 under par. There are no other ways of getting it over 6 on that line apart from a 7 eventually there. You could never get it all back. So that has to be a 5. I'm worried we can't get that all back on the line though. So that's a 5. The yellow digit is a 6 now. In it goes. Now, that line is just done. So this line is the big one. We've got an average of 5 and we've gone 3 under par there. How are we ever going to get that back? Not from this end. That could be a 5, so we don't need much more. We're going to have to come through that all the way up to here. All the way up to this line here. Or am I in the wrong place? No, I'm not. I'm in the right place. That's bizarre. Right. This is going to have to be, well, this could be 1 more than 5. We need to get 3 back, and that could be 2 more than 5. That's what they're going to be. 6 there. Oh no, but we're going to lose more here. And that can't be 6 by Sudoku. So I've messed up now at this late stage. Surely that can't be true. Maybe I missed a possibility with this bull. 5 there and 5 there, needed those to add up to 10. From the pencil marking, it would have to be 4, 6, and that would break. 5 there and 6 there, needs these to add up to 9. From the pencil marking, that would have to be 4, 5, and that would break. So I think that's right, but how am I making this bull work? Can't. This is a very late stage to go wrong. It's very irritating. Let's just play it out with the digits I've put in, see if the Sudoku suddenly puts me straight again. You see, this is going to have to be a 5. That's not possible. I've got to have a 5 on a bull. Okay, I'm going back to the stage where I thought it had to be 4 on this bull here. Was I right ever to have ruled out 6 from that cell? That's an interesting point. How have I done that? How did I ever rule out 6 from here? Oh, that was based on something to do with that? No, actually, this could be 6. One of these two in this triple is a 4. One of those bulls is a 4, so that's not a 4. That's what I should have concluded. Now, I think I've worked out it's not a 5, because again, let's just go through this again. If that's a 5 with a 5, these add up to 10. 4 and 6 crashes 6 there. 5 and 6 needs these to add up to 9. 4 and 5 crashes 5 there. So this is a 6. Now I think this could work. So, well, this one, we've almost demonstrated this can't be a 5 because that 2, oh no, this cell is much more open now. Okay. Yeah, previously I marked that up as 2 or 3. That's gone now. Okay, 6 and a 5 there needs these to add up to 9. And this fails as well because it's still 4, 5. Ah, but that's a 6 now, so that doesn't fail anymore. So 6 there is possible. Right. And it must be right. And I'm not quite sure why it was mispencil marked. Maybe that fell out by mistake. There's a 2, 3 there. This is 4, 5, 6 or 7. Okay, so 6 and 6 would require these to be 12. They could be 4, 8 or 5, 7. I mean, there's a lot of optionality now. That's a pity in a way. But let's go back to this one. This is now 4 or 5. If it's 4, we're either going 4, 3, 5 or 4, 2, 6. If it's 5, we're going 5, 5, 5. So I can't reduce that anymore. Ah, this triple was a 4, 5, 6 triple, and the bulls are now 4, 5 there. So this is a 6 on the 7 line. So we've lost, we're 1 under par on that line. We need something bigger. And we can't just take that 9, because then we won't be able to lose 1 more off the line. We're going to have to take this as an 8. And that's on the line. There we go. That's better. My goodness, one mistake and you just fall apart. So that line is now finished and correct. And that 8 might do some Sudoku. We get a 4 here, not here, which is good because it's different from what I did in the last pass through. Now that 8, no, this 6, that's new information. That can't be 8. Got 4, 5 pair here now, so this is, oh, I'm not trying to draw a line. This is a 2, 3, 6 triple. Ah, that puts 5 in this cell. And I think that means this is 5, 5, 5. It does. They are all the same. There weren't 6. That's 5 on the bull. This is 4 on the bull. And we're going to get a 2. Oh, I've drawn another cell. I mean, I will get back to you, Mr. Bull, in the corner in a moment, but you are tricky. 2, 3, 6. This is a 7, 8 pair. That gives me a 7, 8 pair in the column. 5, 1, 4, 9. Everything else is 2, 3 or 6. 3, 8 pair up here, not resolved. 2, 3 pair here, not resolved. 2, 3 pair in column 2. Oh, that can't be a 4. There's only one place for 4 in box 4. That makes this a 5, as the bull at the bottom did. Those can't be 5s, and this has reduced this line's possibilities possibly significantly. Oh, in fact, that 5 has done it really significantly. 6 on the flag, which I could have got from that flag. Oh, and I've never bounded this line. I shouldn't have been making conclusions about this line at all. It can carry on to there or there. Oh, okay. Well, that was amongst my errors earlier. 17592. Now, that's not 5 or 7. Got 3, 4, 6, 8 to place. That can't be 8 either. That can't be 5. 19452. That is 3 or 8 by Sudoku. This one, 3, 4 or 6. That's become a 5. That makes 7 and 6. And a 5, 4 pair in the column, which forces that to be 6. This has proved quite difficult for me. That is not a 6 or a 3 because there's a 2, 3 pair in the row. So that's 4. That's 8, 3, 6. I will look at this line in a minute. It is clearly not finished at this point. 3, 8. And I mean, I adopted this whole policy of circles on the ends of the line and then forgot what that was all about and how it was going to help me. Clearly. 5, 4, 5, 4. But I've remembered now. So, kill the fatted calf. The prodigal son has returned. Now, those don't have a 2 in. Can I do a bit more? I can do that 7, 8 pair for sure. What about this triple? Yes, I can place 5. Now, I think I am reduced to some deadly pattern pairs that the lines are going to have to sort out. And I've got 2 lines to go. I've got the blue line and the silver line. The blue line is 2 over its par of 6, so we've got to go under. We could get a 6 or a 2 there. But That would be 4 under or level. We've got to take this 4, and that's going to get us to the right number at this end, the right par. We could take an extra 6 there. We don't know yet. But this line, where is it? 2 and 5 is a... now that has been bounded. That has to be the circle because this bull can't go northeast. So 4, 5, 2. We're looking for a par of 4 and we are 1 under par at the moment. So we're going to have to carry on. Now that's 3 over. So we're 2 over. We need to be -2. That's a 2 and the end of the line. And there we go. Now you see what's happened to the blue line. It's got bounded. It doesn't matter that that's a 6. It can't get on the line by the rule that lines can't cross each other. So that's the last circle in the grid. And now that 2 is going to let me finish off the Sudoku. And hopefully this puzzle is now right. And I apologize. I don't know how that bull ended up having a 4 or 5 on and not a 6. I hope it was just mistyping, which does happen. I find it forgivable. You might not. Anyway, there we go. It's been a blast, says the Pedaling Pianist, getting to 100 LMD publications. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey by solving all this nonsense. I refute that it is nonsense or even bull in this case. It is absolutely top-class puzzling and really enjoyable. Quite a long video, but a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll join me or Simon or both of us again tomorrow for more Sudoku fun. See you then. Bye for now.